Today on Heavy Metal Frequency, I'm reviewing Cradle of Filth's Cruelty and the Beast re-mistressed. It's a remastered version of their Cruelty and the Beast album. It's one of my two favorite Cradle albums, along with Dusk and Her Embrace. I consider them dead even. I absolutely love Cradle. They're a black metal band, and Danny Filth, real name Danny Davey, has satirically referred to them as like a heavy funk band and stuff like that. He just considers them to be a metal band, but they're basically a black metal band, but they're a more original spin on it. And there's some elements of stuff like romantic period classical, symphonic metal, Baroque period classical, and other stuff like death metal, thrash. And so they're a really excellent black metal band. I also kind of feel like there's some blues textures here and there. And so this is their concept album about Elizabeth Bathory. This is the second version of it. It turns out they didn't like the mix of the original version. And the one thing I will say really quickly is that the mix has been massively modified on this, but the guitars are a tiny bit low. That's the one criticism I have. But they did not like it. Sarah Jezebel Diva supposedly said that it sounded like the original version of this sounded like she was singing with her head in a toilet. And so this is a greatly improved rendition. And so this is a concept album about the life of Elizabeth Bathory, and much like when I was talking about the Witherscape albums and stuff, I suggest you look up the lyrics and kind of like read along. Listen to the album once to get a feel for the music, and then get a lyric sheet or whatever, and listen to the album with the lyrics in front of you to get a kind of sense of the story and the concept and everything. And Danny Davey is one of my favorite. He and Neil Peart are probably my two favorite lyricists in all of rock and metal. He's amazing. I don't think that Danny gets enough credit for how good of a lyricist he is. But yeah, this is a fantastic album. There's all kinds of great stuff on here. Cruelty Brought the Orchids has some amazing riffs and stuff. Bathory Aria has some really great stuff. It's a huge, like, 11-minute track, like an Opeth length track. And let's see, pretty much everything on here is excellent. Lust More Than Wargasm's really good. I absolutely love their cover of Hallowed Be Thy Name, by their cover of Iron Maiden's Hallowed Be Thy Name. It's a fantastic rendition, and it's one of the best covers ever made, I would say. And so there's a lot of really great stuff on here. Beneath the Howling Stars, Desire and Violent Overture, The Twisted Nails of Faith. There's a lot of really cool stuff on this album, and I would highly recommend you pick this up. This would actually be a great place to start with Cradle. I'm thinking about it, I would recommend this over pretty much every other COF album if you're just starting out with Cradle of Filth. And they're a really great gateway band to black metal. It's just that I feel like there are very few black metal bands that kind of sound like them. There is a interesting thing about the Italian black metal band Graveworm back in the days of file sharing and stuff. Graveworm did a cover of Fear of the Dark, and for a long time, a lot of people thought it was Cradle of Filth because their vocalist, Stefan Fiori, Graveworm's vocalist, Stefan, kind of sounds similar to Danny Davey in some ways. He sounds very similar to him. You can tell a difference but he does sound remarkably similar to Danny. It's really interesting. So I would highly recommend this album. Just for the Iron Maiden cover, it's worth the price of the CD or looking it up or whatever. And this is fantastic. The lyrics are amazing. The black metal's amazing. And I absolutely love this album, and I highly suggest you pick up a copy of it. Thank you.